you will become successful. And this is what Jay-Z is talking about. Show up. Just keep showing up until they give you all the accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time. Just show up.
Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. Welcome to Born to Achieve podcast, the show that inspires and motivates you to unlock your full potential and achieve your goals. With your host, Warren Andrew Pinder. Let's get started on this week's episode of Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve.
I am born to achieve, and so are you. This episode, we'll be talking about intensifying your game. Jay-Z at this year's Grammy Award gave a very impactful, motivating speech. He ended it with the following words, I quote, "Just keep showing up. You got to just keep showing up until they give you all the accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time." These words can personify what it takes to achieve your dream. Just start by showing up. Simply show up. If you believe you can achieve, just show up and put in the work. This is great advice. The advice that JC is giving is great. You have to show up. You have to show up ready, like you're hungry and you want to. No matter if they try to keep you out, no matter if they try to stop you. If you show up and you put in the work, they will have no other choice but to recognize that you are here to achieve your dreams. If you have the passion for what it is that you do, they will know. They will want to know what it is that's driving you to be the best. What it is that's driving you with this intensified attitude, the intensified work ethic, the hunger for success, because you're showing up all the time, working hard to be the best. You have to play the role in your chosen profession as if there's a deep bench watching you, waiting for the opportunity to show what they can do, to knock you off your post, your position. But you have to just show up with intensity. There'll be no doubt that you will gain the respect of your colleagues and principals. Seeing the success of your intense work ethics, they will give you the accolades that will be well-deserved because you showed up. You showed up to win. When you intensify your game, you begin to play at a higher level, looking to rise above the circumstances and the expectation of others. You elevate to a level of dominance with creativity and leadership where they'll have to call you chairman of the board at what you do. Your hustle is so intense that when everyone else is on their way to work, you've already began working. When they're taking a break, you're putting in extra time. And when they're going home, you're just starting the next task. You showed up to be successful. You know what it is you want. And you're there with an intense attitude that you will win. That is your mission and purpose to succeed at what it is you want to achieve.
Thank you for joining today's podcast. We'll be right back.
Achieve Man, written by Warren Andrew Pinder and Dominique Bradford. This book passionately focuses on the challenges women have been made to go through and how to overcome them. In some cultures, being a woman disadvantages the girl child. This book carefully exposes the hurdles you might face. This masterpiece is the ultimate self-help guide for women. It reveals your true purpose and identity. Get your copy today. Available from Amazon.
We now return to today's podcast.
You have to use your brain to formulate your thought process into ideas that will be looked upon as smart. And then they will say, it had to be a genius to come up with the idea. Yes, you could be that genius by thinking out of the box, by being creative, by taking the initiative to go beyond what is expected, by leading and not following, by encouraging others to be and uplifting them to rise as well as you rise. So you showed up and meant business. You don't want to just live a normal life of expectancy, living a job to retire. You want to leave a mark on that job. You want to make changes on that job. You want persons to know that where you've been, you've elevated yourself to the next level of success, that you will become owners. You will become inventors. You'll inspire others to do the same. You will be able to create jobs and products because of the fact that you know that you want to be the best. And this is what the best does. Not until, you have bled blood, like literally bled blood to achieve what you want. Where the pain you don't feel because you have a desire to overcome. When you have been able to go through it all and understand that the purpose of you being where you are and the fact that every morning, whatever it takes to put the extra work in, you show up. This is when you will realize that you are in another league, a league of your own. Because at that point, you're competing to be better. You're competing to win. You're competing to be different. You're competing to achieve your ultimate success.
Thank you for joining today's podcast. We'll be right back.
Achieve Men, written by Warren Andrew Pinder. In this book, you will learn the 7 steps to achieving your dreams and goals. Given the vision to share how the acronym of the word achieve can be used systematically in your day-to-day life. Each of us is given a unique gift from God. Get your copy today. Available in print, ebook, and audiobook from Amazon.
We now return to today's podcast.
The sacrifices you will make, the determined goal that you have set to achieve. This is when you know that nothing stopped you, that you got to show up whether it's 5 o'clock in the morning in the cold. You got to show up where the sun is 110 degrees. You have to show up if you're sick and throwing up. You got to show up if your head's hurting. You got to show up if you're hungry. You got to show up if you're weak. You got to show up because this is what determines your success and the achievements that you will gain by the intensity level that you bring to your game. And when you are able to do that, you will be considered the greatest of all time. Like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like Usain Bolt, like Lionel Messi, like Tiger Woods, like Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, and all of those who have showed up time after time, overcoming everything to intensify their effort to achieve success. That's why you will become successful. And this is what Jay-Z is talking about. Show up. Just keep showing up until they give you all the accolades you feel you deserve. Until they call you chairman. Until they call you genius. Until they call you the greatest of all time. Just show up.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. We hope you found it informative, inspiring, and motivating. Born to Achieve. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and family. Stay focused on your goals, and we'll see you on the next episode of Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve. Born to Achieve.